When something sacred and significant is being prepared for a woman, or I'm going to say a person, what precedes it is often a mysterious stillness, a quiet unraveling. Not because she is being punished, but because she is being realigned. And the real sign? Her response shifts. She no longer reacts the way she used to. Her nervous system begins to speak a new language, the language of trust. That is a quote by Shi Hengji. I will share the exact YouTube video and all where it came from later. But the reason I'm sharing this with you is because a few things happened to me or around me recently, and I realized that I had a different reaction than I normally would. And this sparked an interest or curiosity in me. Like, what does this mean? And is this a good thing? Is it a bad thing? How did it come about? So one of the things was, I told you that I got rid of all my clothes and I didn't want to take much with me to this new place, partly because I have trouble carrying the smallest thing, but I also wanted a new start and I just wanted like a fresh new beginning. One of the things I got rid of was my juicer. I have to admit, I didn't use it very often, but when I did, it was very helpful because there were a lot of like health benefits to juicing, especially celery juicing. I was doing a lot of, and I could see the difference. But again, getting to a place to get celery, like it was cumbersome for me. So I didn't do it very often. And I thought, you know what? I can let go of this. And in my new place, I'll get a new one and make sure I set up a way that I can get all the fruits and vegetables that I want to help my health so I can juice. And I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I got a lot of responses for people that wanted the juicer, and I pretty much gave it away. But I thought, okay, it's not a super expensive juicer. And I went onto Amazon and just checked to see how much it was. And it was around the same price that I had originally bought it for. So I was like, no big deal. I come to my new place and I'm getting settled, and I realized that there's like a little grocery store that's going to be opening up in a couple weeks. So I'm like, yes, like I can get my celery and my other, things that I want to juice. Like I really like juicing cucumbers and carrots, and I was like really on this like high to get on my health kick and get back into juicing. So I said, okay, I'm just going to buy the juicer from Amazon. When you purchase something from Amazon, you can actually go to your previous orders and see what you ordered before. And I swear I did this a couple of weeks before I moved. And like I said, the juicer was a similar cost to what when I bought it. I have never seen this before because normally things get cheaper, not more expensive. But the juicer that I pretty much gave away was like 3 times as much. It was like as if that was the regular price. I was so confused. Actually, like considering that I pretty much gave it away, it was more than 3 times. Like I would say like 4 times as much. And I was like, what? It's not that great of a juicer. Like it was very handy. It was small. It was compact. It was easy to wash. It was easy to use. And I thought, what have I done? And my nervous system actually went into like scolding me. Like, how could you be so stupid? Like, what? Well, I don't want to say my nervous system, but my reaction was like, oh my God, I was so stupid. Like, what was I thinking? And Now if I want the juicer and all this, like I'm gonna have to pay so much for it and it's not worth it. And like I just was really down on myself. But I noticed something shift in me pretty quickly. Like that was my initial reaction, but it wasn't jarring and it didn't last days or months or, weeks, months, whatever. It didn't put me into this like sadness. It was more like, huh, what could be the reason that this happened? Like I became curious instead of angry. I became kind of like looking for a new path instead of thinking like being sad about it. I get onto Amazon and I see like there's other juicers that are even more expensive. That didn't make me feel any better, but there was a completely different brand of a juicer that I saw on there that actually was less expensive than the one that I had bought originally. Like the price that it originally was, it was less expensive. And I was like, this actually looks like an interesting juicer. It was a little bit more stainless steel, which is healthier. And I felt like mine had some parts that had some more plasticky parts to them. It looked pretty compact, and I wanted to get something else for a friend anyway through Amazon. So I decided to try it, to buy it. It arrived yesterday, and I have not tried it, but I can say without a doubt that I'm excited. It's smaller, but it's not like I was juicing like crazy amounts before. It will take up even less space than my other one, which I thought was really compact on the kitchen counter, and I have a really small place in here, so that's perfect. And I like that it's brand new, and I remembered that, wait a second, my whole reason, it's not like I gave away my past juicer just out of stupidity and not thinking about it. There was a reason I did it. I wanted to start over. I wanted to not take heavy things with me. I wanted to not have to pay for lugging things around with me. And I realized maybe this is a great thing. Like maybe I will love this juicer more. I don't know. I haven't tried it. But this quote by this amazing, he's an amazing mind. And I'll share with you in another video how I found his talks, or how they came to me. But it's true. When something sacred and significant is about to happen to us, whether we're men or women, but he in particular was talking about women, because I think that we are historically kind of trained to have that nervous system, like jarring of the nervous system, and put ourselves down and not feel like we are allowed to, enjoy life and have pleasure and just like trust. I mean, that's a natural divine feminine quality, but we get kind of thrown into this mindset of like, no, you can't trust, then you're too naive. And when you give away things, it's like a scarcity. There's scarcity in the world, so you can't just give away things. And what were you thinking? But actually, this man speaking his words made me realize I am being prepared for something that's major. Like it's a big shift, because a shifting in my nervous system, especially, I mean, my nervous system, I believe the reason I got MS and have a nervous system, an autoimmune condition that has to do with the nervous system, is because I was putting myself in positions without realizing it, where my nervous system was getting jarred over and over and over again. And I was always in fight, flight, or freeze, especially freeze mode. and I was always in fear mode and scarcity. And the way that I reacted, I know it sounds silly because I'm talking about a juicer, but it's actually like a metaphor for the whole, idea of my reaction is different now. I'm more in this space of trusting, in this space of like, we are exactly on track. There's nothing gone wrong. I'm I'm growing, I'm learning, and I didn't freak out for so long. It was like, yeah, I initially went to my, you know, pattern of like, oh my God, what have I done? But I was really excited to know and feel. The feeling was the most important thing, was that I shifted out of it way quicker. And I can't wait to get to the point where I don't go back to that old reaction even for a moment. Like, I want my initial reaction to be like, oh, so what if it's more expensive? I know that the universe is going to bring me something even better and maybe not so expensive, or it's, you know, aligning me to something that is more for me. And this goes with juicers and relationships and all kinds of choices. And like I said, I think that this is not just for women, it's for men as well. So I'm just going to tell you what the YouTube channel was that I found this on. I will repeat the name of the speaker and the name of the actual video. So it's called When God is About to Bless a Woman with Something Big, She Will See These 7 Signs. And this amazing speaker's name is Shi Hengji, and the YouTube channel is called Self Mastery. Thank you for listening, and I will talk to you all soon.